Welcome to the True Rotarian Podcast. This podcast is specially designed for all the true Rotarians by a true Rotarian.
हैशटैग ट्रू रोटेरियन पॉडकास्ट में आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत और आभार। दुनिया में कोई भी जगह हर एक पल में एक बच्चा he goes blind. Every minute, can you imagine? Every minute in the world somewhere, one child goes blind. Not because there is no cure, but because we cannot reach them on time. Today, we are going to give you a conversation with one of the most renowned personality who has been dedicating his life towards this particular cause, and he's working towards a world without childhood blindness. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not a podcast, it is a wake-up call. And I couldn't be more honored to share this space with a man who has transformed many, many lives. The person is a visionary, he's a healer and a humanitarian force. Rotarian Dr. Raju, who's also a founder president of Eye Foundation of America, chairman of Goutami Eye Institute, serving to change lives since 1977 and creating hope in the world. Dr. Raju, welcome to the show.
I'm glad to be, honored to be here.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's straight away go to the heart of the conversation, sir. And you have seen most of us, which we haven't seen, we have not heard, and we can't even imagine the kind of things that you're doing. What is the reality of childhood blindness today?
Well, 80% of our learning is through vision. A child should not miss that. This is an avoidable tragedy. Why I say this, today's technology, today's resources, not even a single child should be blind. The only thing is we have to reach them early. We have to reach them early. Stitch in time was said long, long ago in any culture. So we have to reach in time. There are a lot of causes of blindness, but one of them, Eye Foundation of America and Goutami Institute is focusing is on premature babies. The premature babies until about 40s and 50s, they all used to die. There was no neonatal care, even in the Western world. Now, everywhere in the last so many years, India has an exceptional neonatal care. In the neonatal care, you take care of them. I was not looked after by an ophthalmologist. They survived and they were getting blind. That's what happened in 40s and 50s. Then they found it is the oxygen, too much of oxygen. Think about that. Anything in excess is bad. If you catch them early, these neonatal babies, one injection, one laser procedure can give them 75 years of life.
Well, Dr. Raju, this is incredible. And it is very encouraging to know that you're passionate about this particular thing. Can you tell us something about your Eye Foundation of America and the vision, a world without childhood blindness?
While studying in London, after my MBBS, I went to London and doing residency. During that time, I came for a holiday to India. And a farmer came to show his eyes to me. I did not have any instruments. At that time, it struck, can I do something here too? India gave a stellar medical education to us, almost for free. That was the time education. It was free for almost free medical education. So after leaving England, I went to United States, to the West Virginia University. I came back to do an eye camp. And I was stunned, astonished to see so many eye problems. Mind you, this was in 77, 78, those days. India has changed tremendously since 1991.
Wow.
A lot of these things, younger ophthalmologists do not know about this, or younger Rotarians do not know about this. At that time, everything was scarce. So I brought an instrument to do safely surgeries on children. It's called an acutome vitrectomy instrument, very expensive instrument. In Mumbai airport, I was stopped for 6 hours, almost like a criminal, because they did not see that one, and what I am telling the story, they did not, but still, it was beautiful. I was sent out with the instrument without much problem. That is the real thing about India. Some problems may happen, but the results still happen. That is the beauty. I came probably 170 times to India. Still it happens. Initially, it looks like a chaos. It may not happen, but ultimately it happens. And I'm very pleased to say that this comes from my heart.
Wow.
That's how one of our friends advised, to take to one country to the other, any instruments like this, you should have a little kind of authenticity or, a foundation. So that's the I Foundation has started, that is the beginning, and it went into leaps and bounds because so many people are involved. Working together works.
Wow. That means that is how I Foundation started.
Exactly.
Wow, excellent. As you know, Rotary in India and Rotary worldwide has got some very dedicated, a very large force of Rotarians, Rotaractors, and Interactors who have joined this particular beautiful organization to give it back to the society. How can these large, dedicated force of Rotarians, Rotaractors, and Interactors can become your foot soldiers?
Absolutely. The Rotary is the most powerful humanitarian organization. Why I say that? In the last century, Rotarians involved with the heart and soul, and there is no more polio on the planet. After smallpox, young people may not know much about smallpox. Right. It's a dreaded disease. The Rotary brought it all over the world. The three wills, political will, professional will, and people's will, no more polio on the planet. And we need younger people to join this, that Rotaractors and Interactors. With them working together, I think nothing is impossible. We can imagine a world without childhood blindness. That's what our Rotary International says, imagine something. So this is the one, if we can imagine a world without childhood blindness. Repeat it again, 80% of our learning is through vision. Children should not miss that one. The greatest strength of this country, in my thoughts, 400 million youngsters below the age of 26 or 27. No country has that asset except India. India is unstoppable, and we will be the unparalleled country to do anything to achieve. There is no other country is in a position to bring with the yoga type of culture what we have for centuries, unbroken for the centuries. We have that potential. I think it is time for India to do that. A world without childhood blindness.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Can you give us a final message to all the Rotarians and you sum it up with the kind of project that you're doing?
We always talk about adoption in the United States in various meetings. I'm involved with a lot of different meetings. There is called API, Association of Physicians of Indian Origin. GAPIO, Global Organizations of Indian People. There are about 84 organizations like that. We always think about adopt a village, adopt something, health, because most of us, we have left the country, but our hearts, most of us, our hearts are India because this country has given us stellar education. That's why we are able to do what we are doing in other countries. So, not in words, practically let us do it. Adopt hospitals in your area, in your hometown area. Fund pediatric screening programs coming to our world without childhood blindness. Support NICU upgrades. Train frontline workers. And all these things, meticulously we should do it. The roots of our culture from Rig Veda is Manasa, Vacha, Karmana. If we follow that, Well, is there any other, no obstacles at all. And our Rotary four-way test is also like that.
Right.
You are trying to do right things. Even Ashoka's times and edicts were written. This is nothing new in this world, but we have to do it together. And think about polio eradication. In the last 100 years, that is the greatest thing that happened on the planet, eradication of polio. I'm very glad to be here today. Let's work together.
Lovely. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
I would like to add that Rotaract Club focused on childhood blindness, and this is going to be a major step for our activities. And on 31st of January 2026, we are formally inaugurating or announcing the World Without Childhood Blindness and involvement of Lord Rami Ranger, who is the patron of the Eye Foundation of America, and with his involvement, with the participation of Rotarians as well as non-Rotarians participating in a cause like that, World Without Childhood Blindness, it is doable, and let us do it together.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard the truth. You know how important it is to take a timely action to save a child from blindness. Dr. Raju has been doing a fabulous job. Let's join him in his mission to save thousands and thousands of children who are born with this deadly disease. For more details, please visit Eye Foundation of America's website and you'll get a lot of information. My sincere thanks to Dr. Raju once again. It's been a pleasure, sir. And special thanks to a very dear friend, Rotarian Sandeep Saxena from Rotary Club of Gurgaon, Passion, who made this episode possible with Dr. Raju. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and Jai Hind.